Akimashita omedetou gozaimasu. Or Happy New Year. It's not quite January 1st yet. It is a relatively warm New Year's Eve, December 31st. Still here, Grand Canyon. I thought I'd take you guys to a different point. This here is Pima Point. Good place to talk about. I guess, the new year. Hopes, dreams, etc. Oh my god, this rock hurts. Okay, a little better. So yeah, it's relatively warm. Relatively warm in that you don't really need a big coat and gloves. Though I am starting to need gloves. Yeah, thought I'd do a little bit of a year review. 2017. I see a lot of people talking about battling the 2017 this past year. This year's actually been very good for me, for the most part. A lot of great things. Quite a few big firsts for me. And I'd probably say the one thing that didn't go as well as I wanted it to was the channel, which I apologize for. But yeah, that's one of those things that happens up here where you don't know where your internet's coming from. And then part of it too was when I actually did get my internet, I kind of got lazy because I borrowed my friend's Persona 5 because I bought a PS4. And I borrowed my friend's Persona 5, and every so often I'd say, well, I think I'll just play a few minutes of Persona 5, which, if you've ever played Persona 5, you know that's just not a thing. You don't just play. One does not play Persona 5 for a few minutes. A few minutes turns into days. So, yeah, I've been playing Persona 5 for like the past week or two, I guess. Oh, my arm's starting to get tired. But yeah, yeah, for the past week or two, it's. But yeah, this week's generally been good, accepting the channel for the most part. And I did kind of use the excuse of my roommate, sleeping all day. But the days when he wasn't sleeping all day or he wasn't around, such as yesterday, where I should have been recording stuff, I was playing Persona 5. So, so yes, that's my fault. I got lazy. But yeah, 2018, I hope to be a lot bigger. Actually, despite the fact that I haven't been uploading videos as regularly as I want to, I've still been gaining subscribers. Thank you, folks. Thanks you, folks, for subscribing, believing in me, and following the channel. I do want to. One thing I definitely want to do is put more Grand Canyon stuff out there. So that would definitely be good. I was coming up here because this time of the year, usually you can't drive over here, but in the off season, which is now, you actually can drive. You actually can drive out to the West Rim if you're not a resident. So, so yeah, there's quite a few people out here. When I was coming out here, I was just thinking, I should probably do a, visiting the West Rim kind of thing. West Rim being the west rim of our town, not the west rim where the skywalk is, because we don't have the skywalk. But yeah, going back to this past year, so yeah, so of course I began the year with Japan, which was incredible, a very incredible experience. I can't wait to go back. In fact, I'm looking at going back again next fall. So next fall I want to go back. Hopefully I'll be able to see Fuji, though I may be mostly staying in Osaka because I'm not going to be there for 6 weeks like it was last time. It'll probably just be a week and a half to 2 weeks. And I'm still sitting on footage from Japan. I still got quite a few videos to put out there. I actually did find the whole Penis Festival footage. I didn't get as much as I wanted because I was switching between cameras, phone and pseudo GoPro. But yeah, there's some stuff there of me and Akasan and Kira in Tokyo, and I think it's Strawberry Mochi. I'm not sure. I think that was her. And another really cool guy, and this dude Tyler who makes beats for on SoundCloud. So all of us were wandering around the Penis Festival, and I got footage of that. I got, I have some random footage of me just wandering around, though unfortunately, because I didn't realize how the GoPro worked. So what happened was that I had it in a little stick, or I had it in this little holder, and in its little case. But what they don't tell you, unless you figure it out, is that when you put it in the little case to have it on your holder, you don't get any sound. So, so all there is there's just a lot of clicking sounds, which is it shaking around the little holder. So I have footage of me going to get conveyor belt sushi with a friend of mine, and but there's no sound at all on it, or barely any sound. Actually, no. There's sound at the restaurant because I took it out. I still have the whole footage from the movie theater there we go. Sorry, I still have the whole footage from the movie theater of when I went to go see Ishikon Friends, starring Kawaguchi Haruna. I have some footage of me walking around Osaka at the day after the YouTube Unrested, or he goes by Scott now. Scott's Osaka YouTube meetup, or Hanami YouTube Hanami, and what else do I have? There is some footage of me that was lost. There was a dude that I met, a guy from Australia that I met. I'm sorry I forgot your name because I'm terrible with names. But there was a dude that I met in Osaka who actually lives just north of Tokyo in Saitama, the prefecture of Saitama. Yes, some of you do know it as the name of the hero of One Punch Man. And that is an actual name, and the show is actually a reference to the prefecture. It's supposed to be a vague reference to the prefecture. But yeah. So yeah, I did have footage of me walking around his neighborhood, and I lost that footage because my GoPro like corrupted when I was trying to transfer some files over, and the GoPro corrupted, and so some of the files were gone. And for a while, I thought I lost the Penis Festival and a couple other things, but it turns out it's just the footage from Saitama that I lost. So, which is pretty disappointing because it's a beautiful neighborhood, and I got really good pictures from there. I just don't have video. I think the only video I have is when I went to the supermarket and I found a sign saying something about perverts. And yeah, so what else? There's yeah, so that, I mean, I have that. I have footage from Wasteland from both last year and this year that I've been sitting on. I have this year's Star Party that I've been sitting on. I need to put that out. And yeah, so I mean, there's stuff out there. There's stuff that I do need to just put out, and I've just kind of been slacking on. So yeah. I do need to see the mid-season finales of the CW shows. I only saw up to the crossover. Me and my boy Seth are going to do a reaction on the Supergirl one because he has things to say about it. So he insisted on being in on it. So I'll be doing a Supergirl reaction with him. Second big first of the year. Got my first girlfriend, which is great. And she's just been wonderful. We're in fact, the whole thing about going to Japan next fall, that's because originally I was planning to move there next year. And I decided to just change it up to just a trip so that she could come and see it because she's never been there. And because she's totally on board with moving over there, which is great. Because she wanted to move to another country too. She just didn't know which one. So we'll be hopefully we'll be able to get to Japan in the fall next year for about a week or two, and I was thinking going back to Tokyo, and she was, but I was talking up Osaka so much. She really wants to go to Osaka and see Kobe and Kyoto, Nagoya, that area, like the whole Osaka metropolitan area. So yeah, so we'll probably go and check that stuff out down there. And then the year after that, we'll most likely move. Fortunately, she has a degree. She has a college degree, so it's just really for her. She could move anytime she wants. And then I'd probably get married, or we would get married, but we would get married, or I'd get either the spousal dependent visa or a student visa. So yeah, that's the plan right now, because I want to go back to school and be able to actually get a full-time job. So because I speak the language better than she does. And yeah, so a lot of big things. Looking forward to the new year. Looking forward to, hopefully I'll be moving out of my dorm soon, so that I could work on videos more. I also want to do a podcast. So lots of big aspirations. My friends got me into podcasting, and I've been thinking about doing a podcast for a long time, but I just never got around to it. But I think a podcast would be pretty interesting, and a little easier on my time too, because I wouldn't have to worry about editing so much. And let's see. Yeah. So I think that's probably pretty much it in terms of this. So that's my update for 2017 and my aspirations for 2018. Lots of hopefully big things in the future. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for joining up with the channel. And yeah, can't really think of anything else. But yeah, once again, akimashita omedetou gozaimasu. Happy New Year, everyone. Minasan, akimashita omedetou gozaimasu. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope your 2017 was as good as mine was. Oh yeah, that's right. There's one more thing I have to mention. So I didn't mention it, but yeah, even though I do need to work on some other videos from Japan, because I have a couple other things, but yeah, I do want to thank the people that I met in Japan for helping me out, because I had a good time. I had a great time in Japan, but things just it was just, things were just very hard for me when I went over there. And I actually mentioned this. I actually told the whole story in a video that I never actually put up. But long story short, upon entering Japan, the second I got into Haneda Airport, or that evening after I got into Haneda Airport, and on my way in the taxi, on my way to my hostel, I realized that I had lost both my driver's license and my credit card. So, the trip to Japan was just very hard, and I want to thank everyone who helped me out. My mom helped me out. I want to thank my boy Brian Gonzalez out in where is he? He is in, not Yokosuka. He's in Yokohama. my boy Brian out in Yokohama. I know he's been having kind of a tough time over there right now, between wondering if that's what he should do or if he should stay there or not. And thanks a lot for, if you're helping me out as much as you're helping out other people. Like, I think you'll be fine. I want to thank my dude out in Saitama, who helped me out, let me stay at his place for 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks of my stay there. That was awesome. It completely opened my world up to new possibilities. Because I always kind of had an idea of that I would like a Japanese suburb, but I didn't fully know until I stayed with him that it was actually really awesome staying in a Japanese suburb. I hate American suburbs. I absolutely hate American suburbs. They're too spread apart. There's nothing around. You have to, have to drive around to go anywhere. But in a Japanese suburb, you can actually walk or ride a bike and to go anywhere, and I love it. It's great. It's busy enough that you can go somewhere and find activities to do, but not so deep in the city that everything is super expensive. So I want to thank him for that. I want to thank Scott for having that meetup and allowing me to meet the dude from Saitama, and just meeting him and talking to him, and that was giving me more ideas about how to get over there. I want to thank Victor, give me a break man. He was really cool. He didn't do anything specifically to help me out, but it was just great talking to him. We got to hang out. Mighty Maki TV, and Light Eyes. Yuta, man, I got to meet Yuta. That was awesome, man. Because I've been watching Yuta's videos for like a year before I actually saw him. And I got to hang out with him and his friends, Mighty Maki TV and in Light Ties. Phoenix 787, who is a fellow Arizonan. I'm not born in Arizona. I said that in my Only the Brave reaction. I'm not born and raised from Arizona like Phoenix is, but he is. He's from the Phoenix area, and it was really cool getting to meet him and talk to him and follow him and get new perspectives on what it's like being in Japan. And yeah, like that's like I'm just like my friend Hitomi, who was able to pay for my meal at the what do you call it, at the Kaiten Sushi place, because like most places in Japan, they don't take credit cards, which I didn't find out until I got there. So I was going to use my credit card, and then I couldn't because they only take cash. So she paid for me. I got to pay her back. That's another reason I don't mind going up to Tokyo, so I can pay her back, get her a dinner or something. A lot of people. Who else was just like great for helpful? The families that I stayed with via couch surfing, the one up in Shibukawa, and which is where the home of Initial D is, and the family out by Fukuoka. Both of them were just fantastic people, great hosts. It was, even though they both live in the countryside, I got to see what a Japanese countryside town looks like. And talking to them, talking about their experiences. I took a nice little picture of one of their bedrooms because like they had the Shinto shrine in their room to their son, and that's something I've always kind of wanted for whenever some of my family passes. I would like to have something like that. And they were able to tell me a little bit about that. My buddy Patrick from Singapore, who's fluent in Japanese. I met him because he was one of the people staying with me, or staying with one of the families at the same time, and he's fluent. Like, dude's like a level one in one or something. So like he was able to help me cross cultural barriers and stuff, like help translate and stuff for like whatever I couldn't say. Just yeah, just so many cool people I met. I want to thank Akasan for letting me hang out with him a couple times. He let me get on video with him, but which is what I really wanted. But I mean, I want to thank him for at least spending time with me. Like, he didn't have to do that, so that was cool. That was like getting to meet him and hang out with him. But yeah, and what was that? I keep forgetting the dude's name. AJ, I think his name is AJ. There's another black guy who does YouTube videos that was hanging out with me in Akasan and at the Penis Festival, and I think he does like how-to Japanese videos, something like that. And he was cool. I got his experience on being, black in Japan. So yeah, just a lot of good things. Just a lot of really great things that I learned this year. Oh yeah, that's right. I totally forgot. Was it this year or last year? I want to thank the Reactors League for letting me join. Chainsaw, Torchwood Boy, Anthony Knight, etc. Thank you guys for letting me join. Real Weeze, thanks for helping keep everybody active. Koricon Nala definitely helps keep me active. And so does Osnap 321 Ryan. Yeah, and yeah, I hope to be able to collab with these guys, but unfortunately, unless I do it in person, it's unlikely because of the weak internet connection that I have. Also, yeah, but yeah, being a part of them helps keep me active in YouTube, even though I haven't been as active as I should be. I haven't met her yet, but apparently there's somebody else in the area, Finally Tailored, who lives in Flagstaff, which, if you follow my videos, that's where I go anywhere. Whenever I have to go shopping, whenever I have to go to the movies, I go to Flagstaff. So at some point, me and Finally Taylor have to hook up, not platonically, totally platonically. Have to just hook up and do some do some collabs in person, meet up at a movie theater and do reviews together or something like that, because apparently she's a really big movie nut. And of course I'm the pop culture sending, or I'm a pop culture sending, so so like that's my thing. I love talking about movies, talking about comics, anime, TV shows, especially TV, all that stuff. So at some point, hopefully, we'll hook up, do some collabs together in person. So starting to hit on that sunset right now. I think this might be getting long enough. But so yeah, once again, be excellent to one another and party on, dudes. Akemashita omedetou gozaimasu. Happy New Year, everyone. See you around.
Partying like it's 1999.
Huddle.
Number 10, Terraformers. Once again, we've got another movie from Takashi Miike. Now, this one this is probably one of the few that I am most familiar with and that is most fresh in my mind. I did happen to catch Terraformers on a flight